Happy every day. Day 22 of our Doing One Thing a Day That Makes Us Happy from the little journal book, Do One Thing a Day That Makes You Happy. Some days, old robes and old pajamas make us happy, just being cozy and comfortable. Other days, coffee cups the size of our head that we might wish had Baileys in them, but of course would not. Black, very black. Can you see that? I can't without spilling it. Whatever it is that makes you happy and makes you feel good. Now, I might think I want Baileys in my coffee in the morning, but if I did that, I would have a long day and I'd be asleep by 8 o'clock, as a matter of fact. But today is one of the things when I was doing the daily scare share that I would have dreaded. It's what I would call the dreaded line day. And it wasn't until I started this book and I realized they put the saying on the left-hand side of the page and then the blank lines on the right, which triggered my brain into thinking, hello, it's because the saying should go with each of those blank line days to trigger your thinking about it. And it's a big enough topic that they can ask you questions, or that the authors of the book or the journal could ask us questions that would stimulate our thinking for more than one day. So now I don't really dread them anymore. I'm like, okay, this year when I do one thing a day that makes me happy, I will, instead of making that a separate day, because there's definitely more than 365 days in this journal, I'll do this along with the blank lines and the dreaded blank line days, which now I'm not dreading them anymore because I figured out strategies last year to find things to stretch my comfort zone on my own. So I'm sure I could find things to make myself happy on my own as well. So what does it say today? Handy dandy magnifying glass. It was a delightful... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's start that over again. It was a delightful visit. Perfect in being much too short. Jane Austen said this. And so for today, our challenge is, today I had a perfect visit to. So where can you go? A visit to implies going somewhere. Now, here's the rub. I'm in the midst of finishing up the Women's Summit. I'm doing a Women's Summit, all women speakers for all women business owners. And I've got a bunch of details and a bunch of interviews to finish up this week in order to launch that successfully next week. So I don't plan on physically going anywhere today. I plan on sticking around the house. However, I got to thinking, well, I can stretch my imagination a little bit and think about who am I actually going to visit today? Because I'm actually going to visit several places. I am doing interviews with some amazing women from around the world. So I don't have to physically go somewhere in order to be able to visit them in their offices, in their homes. And that is almost as fun as going there, given that we're having snow and super duper cold weather here in Wisconsin right now. So I get to go visit them in their homes and in their offices because we're doing videos. We're doing live video interviews. So I guess they're not live, they're Zoom calls. So to me, I get to go visit without having to actually travel, which is almost as exciting because I get to visit from the comfort of my own home. And then I'm also going to take some time today, because it is a little bit of a stressful project, to just relax and meditate and in my imagination visit one of my places, my favorite places in the whole wide world. So you see, I don't have to physically go somewhere in order to experience the happy feelings of having gone there. I could revisit some experiences and some places from my past that I really, really enjoyed. I could spend a few minutes thinking about places I plan to go in the future and will really enjoy, and pave the way for me having an incredible experience when I do go to those places and have those experiences. So even though I'm not physically going somewhere, you might physically be going to visit somebody somewhere, or to visit, maybe you're going to go visit a museum. Maybe you want to go visit a park. One of my favorite places in the whole wide world is to go to the park and do something out in nature. So today, for our first blank line scary challenge, but it's not really scary at all, have a perfect visit and just know, where was your perfect visit to, or who was your perfect visit with? That's it. Go out and make it a happy day. And of course, I will be with you tomorrow. Bye. Be happy.